So today we start really diving into the small called articles, which are the next section in the Book of Concord, which is this devotional series we've been doing for a while, and we're going to keep going through for a while. And it's diving into Lutheran theology. It's what we believe, how we interpret the Bible, how we interpret the world. That's what we're talking about. So today we're looking at the small called articles, and we're looking at part one. And part one of the and to explain, in case you're new here, the reason I keep looking over this direction is because over here I have my computer screen, which has the Book of Concord pulled up on it. So this first article, or this first part of the small called articles, it's dealing with God. That's as simple as it is. It's explaining kind of what we understand about God in big, broad strokes. So it says, it clarifies that we believe in a triune God, which means we believe in a God who is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, that they're three distinct persons, but they are one divine essence and nature. So it's one God, three persons. The Father is begotten by no one, the Son is begotten by the Father, and the Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father and the Son. So he's talking a little bit about how the three are connected. And it clarifies that the Son alone became a human being. The Father and the Holy Spirit didn't, just the Son did. And that he was conceived of the Virgin Mary, that it was a virgin birth, and he suffered, he died, he was buried, he descended into hell, rose from the dead, ascended into heaven, sits at the right hand of God, in the future will come to judge the living and the dead. And he kind of, Luther, as he's writing this, he just lays this out. God has three persons, God is still one God, which is a tough thing for us to deal with. And he explains kind of a little bit of the relationship between these persons and what makes them distinct. And he touches on that. And it's important for us, I think, to remember what we know about God, but also to be honest about the things we don't know and the things that we don't understand. Because the reality is that there's a lot of questions. If you come to me and you say, what about this? I might be able to give you an educated guess, but I'm never going to be able to give you an answer. No matter how much research I do, no matter how many people smarter than me, wiser than me I ask, there's never going to be an answer to the question simply because God hasn't given it to us. We don't know more than God. We don't know everything about God. If we were even capable of knowing everything about God, it wouldn't make him much of a God, right? So it's important for us to look at what we do know about God, because that's, he is the main character of this story, right? He is the center of everything. So it's important to talk about what we know, and that's kind of, who is this God we believe in? It's important to have that discussion for us today. But I think it's equally important for us to admit that there's only so much we know or are even capable of knowing about God. And that's all there is to this first article. And he concludes, he writes, "These articles are not matters of dispute or conflict, for both sides confess them. Therefore, it is not necessary to deal with them at greater length now." Because the reality is, all of these Christian denominations, we do worship the same God. We all worship the triune God. So whether you're Baptist or Episcopalian or Catholic or non-denominational or Lutheran or whatever, Christians follow the triune God. So he doesn't expand on this greatly because this isn't an issue for most people. So at the time he's writing, it's much more of an issue for people today. So it's important for us to articulate, this is our God, this is who we believe in. So if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns, either reach out to me or put them in the comments section below this, And with that, brothers and sisters, go in peace, serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.